Evening, folks. You know who I am. If you don't, what the hell are you doing here? Just kidding. Thanks for coming to check out this video. I picked up some stuff today that I had no intention of getting. I went to work and I I was going to shoot the car video that I put up today. Technically yesterday, since you're seeing this on Thursday now. But I stopped at the GameStop across the street from my actual job because every now and then I find steel books or things that they'll just give me that customers have left. And I pulled up, and as I was walking into the building, one of my friends came walking out of the store and said, "You need to talk to this lady." So I went over to her driver's side window, and she and I talked for a minute or two, and she said that she had a bunch of stuff her husband had passed on, and that she wanted to just get rid of this stuff. And I said, "I'll take a look." And we looked through a few totes, and she said, "Well, what do you think?" And I said, "I would really have to research it because this is all out of my depth." And she says, "That's fine. Just take it all and give me a price." So I have to come up with the price. I still haven't finalized it yet because I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to keep besides a few things. But I will go over the things that I intend to keep. There's an entire tote that I put back together that I'm going to give her back because it's just full of like books and manuals that I don't care about, that are worthless, that I already checked. So let's just get into it. Starting with a boxed Milton Bradley Microvision. Now, if any of you watch a British reviewer named Ashens, he actually did a review of this system. Now, what it is this is pre-Game Boy stuff, but it's an interchangeable game system. As you can see, this would normally snap onto the top of this. However, this one does not work. This LCD screen, as you can see, it's completely black because it has basically just kind of puked itself to death. That happens with a 37-year-old LCD sometimes if they're exposed to moisture. But the box is decent, the rest of the system's nice, so if somebody needs a good box or whatever, that would make a pretty cool system. Complete in box also is a copy of Cosmic Hunter. And when I say copy, what I mean is it's the new faceplate that goes over the old system. So the fact is, these would make good display pieces, but they don't work. Whatever. Next is a brand new controller. However, it's been opened, but it's never been used. It's called the Black Max Wiko. Wiko. Anyways, it's from 1986. Older gamers that still use like Commodores and Amigas need these controllers, so that's worth, a little bit. This was in there as well. It's another controller. It's called the Slick Stick. It's made by a company called Suncom. I have no idea who that is, but they're an American company. The stick actually feels like it's in decent shape, and the button still feels good, but they're not micro switch, they're just analog, so whatever, or digital or whatever. Next thing, and I was pretty impressed when I saw this stuff, a complete in the box Commodore 64. The box isn't in the greatest shape, but it is the original box. The serial number on the system matches the serial number on the box. Now, the previous owner, if it was indeed her husband, added this clear cover to the keyboard, and in doing so he damaged the styrofoam inside the box, which is kind of a bummer, but whatever. Other than that, it is complete, has the power adapter and everything. The light comes on when I plug it in. However, my TV isn't old enough, neither of my TVs are old enough for me to be able to test the system. So I have to assume that it doesn't work. So even though it powers on, I have to assume that it's broken. It's the only safe way to do it. Here's something that's in the box. And again, weird box stuff always kind of interests me. This is called a Document Enhancer for the Amiga DOS. Now this is a computer program for documentations, I guess. I don't know. I've never used it. An external floppy drive for a Commodore 64, and it is complete, and again it has everything with it. However, I don't know if it works. And then the most impressive thing in this whole setup, and you'll have to forgive me, it's quite large, so it's going to pan through kind of like a Star Wars Imperial ship. But it's the Amiga 500 bonus pack. It is absolutely complete. It has all the games that were supposed to be in there, the programs, the mouse, the TV adapter, the keyboard, obviously, and all the wiring. So again, it powers on, but I can't test it because you have to use the screw-on RF adapter. You know, the one where you have to use the 2 screws that are on the back of the TV. And my TV doesn't have that, so I cannot test this system. Again, I have to go into it thinking it doesn't work. So those are the oldest things that came in there, and then it came with some funky stuff like a modem for a Commodore 64. A little bit obscure but not expensive because nobody uses them. A copy of Chess Champion, complete. It's in the blister pack, but it's complete. The most expensive game in this whole thing is Raid on Bungling Bay. It is complete, and this is actually a $90 game, which kind of blew me away when I saw that. Pac-Man, complete. However, there's some damage to the box. What can you do? She just had these all thrown in the tote, which I actually assume damaged all this way more than anything else. A game called Suspect, and it is complete, and it even has a copy of a receipt that has nothing to do with this, but apparently a long time ago somebody paid $65 for a cowboy costume. So that was one well-dressed cowboy for Halloween. Leisure Games presents the computer edition of Monopoly. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first version of Monopoly to be released on computer. It came out in 1984. The GEOS graphic environment operating system for the Commodore 64, and again, it is complete. And apparently if you're setting up a Commodore 64 nowadays for like a retro system, you actually need that. A game called The Wishbringer, actually Legend of the Wishbringer. A little bit of damage to the box, but otherwise it is complete. No idea how much is that worth because I couldn't find it online. Blitz Now for the Commodore 64. It's a basic compiler, it's called, but it's complete. It's another one of those weird things that I couldn't find anything on it, but it's complete. Second most expensive game in the box, Sherlock, The Riddle of the Crown Jewels. That's a $70 game. Plundered Hearts, you know, $20 game, complete. And one that, regardless of, even if it was worth like $5 grand, I'd be keeping it, is the absolutely complete version of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I am a huge fan of Douglas Adams' book. I wish they had made more movies with Martin Freeman and Zooey Deschanel and, unfortunately, the late Alan Rickman, who played the sad robot. That it wasn't me farting, that was the leatherette thing I'm sitting on. Now some Amiga games which play on the Amiga 500. You've got Battle Chess, complete, and in pretty damn nice shape. I couldn't find that one either, don't know why. This thing, which is called Amos the Creator, it's basically a program that allows you to program programs. We would refer to that as Programception. Because, believe it or not, way back in the day, you had to program your own games if you really wanted games. And then this one, which is kind of cool, this is actually a big collection of all the games that came on the Commodore. It's called The Lost Treasures of Infocom. And it's 20 games, and one of them is Suspect, so that was kind of cool. But the other ones on here I don't have. I wish I did. Well, you've got Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then that's about it. So I thought I had a copy of Zork, but actually it turns out that's on PC. So next, let's move on to some PC stuff. Now, most of this is just crap, but some of it's kind of cool. The collector's edition, not collector's edition, the Game of the Year edition of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. The special DVD edition of Sims 2. Sims 2 Bon Voyage. Sorry if these go a little bit out of order, but I didn't stack them before I started shooting, and I'm not starting again. Sims 3 Pets, The Sims Medieval, which is the limited edition, Sims 3 University Life, Sims 3 Into the Future, Sims 2 Free Time, which I already have, Sims 2 Pets, which I already have, Sims 3 Island Paradise, Sims 3 Ambitions Pack. Now, between this and, if you recall, a few weeks ago I picked up a bunch of Sims game, I think I now have them all. Sims 3 Late Night, Sims 3 Generations, and yes, the CD keys are in all these boxes. And then Sims 2 Open for Business, a copy of SimCity 3000, 3000 Unlimited, which was a fun game actually. Box set, Sims 2 University. I apologize if I'm going a little quickly, but there's a lot of crap in here and I want to get through it all. Sims 2 Nightlife, Sims 2 Seasons, Sims 3 Seasons, Sims 3 Supernatural, yeah, that's in there. And then the newest game, actually out of the whole damn bunch, is the limited edition Sims 4. And it has the CD key, so I was kind of surprised by that. Now, unfortunately, this one's missing the disc for Get to Work, but whatever. I'll never play Sims 4 anyways, but it's kind of cool to have. A bizarre game to have in here, and it's Grand Theft Auto on PC. However, it's a book edition, and in the back is the game. In the front is the poster map that's never been opened. So that's pretty damn cool. Quite frankly, if I really, really wanted to, I would just throw the PS2 disc in here and just keep it on the shelf as a PS2 since it doesn't say anything on the side. But that's kind of a cool one. I'm going to show you something here. If you remember, I picked this up. That was Spore, the limited edition, the collector's edition anyways. Galactic edition. And all I needed was the game disc. And in that box is a copy of Spore. Now, here's the weird thing. When I saw this game, I'm pretty sure I saw all this stuff on Craigslist at one point. But what can I do, right? Can't really say anything to the lady, hey, I know that you were selling these for. Because I don't think that I could make her take almost nothing, which is quite frankly kind of my plan, because most of this crap is crap besides the complete systems. And again, since I can't test them, they're not worth as much. A couple of cheap ass games, but a couple of sealed games which go into my sealed collection. And Sports Illustrated in 3D, and the best part is it even has the glasses so I can look at boobs, because you know, boobs. Alright, I'm done with that. I apologize to anybody watching out there that has boobs. Let's see, some big box games complete. EverQuest Trilogy, Dungeon Keeper, the Gold Edition, Myst, Riven, which was the sequel to Myst, something called Stars. I've never even heard of this before. Every time I say the word Stars, I think of, Resident Evil. The Zork Legacy Collection, complete and in pretty good shape. A little bit of wear to the bottom of the box. Some small box games. You have the Myst 10th Anniversary DVD Collection. Neverwinter Nights. Elder Scrolls 4 Shivering Isles, which is the expansion pack for the Game of the Year edition, which I do have as I showed you. Age of Mythology, never heard of it, but it's in there and complete. Bank Street Writer Word Processor, I have no idea what this is for, but it was in there. Black and White 2 complete, and I actually liked this one. Black and White was one of my favorite games of all time, just because you could do all kinds of weird stuff, like, you know, eat the neighborhood. Thief, Deadly Shadows complete, and in a really weird split case. I've never seen one split quite that way before, but that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll send all of these to Metal Jesus Rocks since he likes big box stuff. Thief Gold. EverQuest 2. With a 30-day subscription included, which has probably been used. Another copy of Skyrim. Oh, excuse me. This is just Skyrim, not 4. Sorry. Pardon me. Demonica. The original World of Warcraft complete. Neverwinter Nights Kingmaker. And then, of course, because I got Neverwinter Nights Gold, I happen to find another copy of Neverwinter Nights 2, but not the gold. So, yeah, as I said, and as you saw, most of that was pretty much worthless, but what are you going to do, right? So, that was about it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like the video, like it. If you do not, then don't. You may notice my speech patterns change a little bit in the upcoming weeks, and that is because I noticed from watching my videos today, and yes, I do watch my own videos from time to time to make sure of what I'm going to film. I have developed a lisp, and it's not an obvious one, but mostly when I say words like so, you can hear it there because I'm pursing the bottom lip because I have a cracked tooth and it's been broken for a little while. Even though I have dental coverage, I just haven't had the time to get it fixed, and it's kind of changed the way I speak, and I need to change it back, and hopefully it will be for the better. If anything else comes up between now and the next time we talk, I will talk to you when I talk to you the next time we talk. So